cook for her too. Take it away. I don't know what to say. I say it anyway. Today isn't my day. It's fun to shy away. I'll be coming for you. Love is okay. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be I was playing basketball with my son one day, and I realized I wasn't as young as I was once, and I'm breathing heavy, and I'm like, I want to be here for my kids and my grandkids. I got to get in shape. And you know, also being in law enforcement, you know, there's a certain responsibility of being in shape, and I realized that DC had made me a little soft. So I decided to start running. It's the only thing I really knew. I hadn't run all that much in high school, but a little bit. And it just took a hold of me. And for the next 7 years, I ran. It was like Forrest Gump, run, Forrest, run. You know, and I was running, I started out, could barely do a half a mile. Started doing 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons. Ended up running the New York Marathon. Loving it. It was my quiet time. It was my time to think through. Always usually did it in the morning to again, plan my day, to focus, to spend that time with the Lord, just talking to Him as I ran. At 47 in 2013, thought I was probably in the best shape of my life, even better than when I was 20. Physically, eating healthy, running. One Sunday I get a stomach ache, and it was not going away. So I go to the doctor, and he sends me over to the hospital to get some, routine scans. So me and my wife are sitting there waiting for the routine scans, results to come back, and I'm sure I'm playing with the stirrups and the little hospital chairs, and just being a goof off there. And all of a sudden the doctor walked in and said, "We got your scans back, and it looks like you have stage 4 colon cancer."
I can't wait to join the angels and sing. I wanna run on greener pastures. I wanna dance on higher hills. I wanna drink from sweeter waters in the misty morning chill. And my soul is getting restless for the place where I belong. I can't wait to join the angels and sing. No, I can't wait to join the angels and sing my heaven song.
Me and my wife are sitting there like shocked. I mean, again, I'm thinking, well, wait a second, that can't be. I've been running, I'm in shape, that's not real. And you started thinking about, well, we have friends who had cancer and survived. So, I don't know much about it. So we're sitting on our iPhones, trying to figure out what this means to us. Sure. And according to the National Cancer Organization, stage 4 colon cancer is uncurable. That night I asked the doctor, I'm like, hey, this is what I read. Is this kind of what I got? And he's like, yeah, that's exactly what you have, and that's exactly the prognosis. Renault, came by and visited me that night and asked me how I felt. And I said, I'm not afraid. I know where I'm going to die. And if I die, where I'm going to go. And I'm not angry. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always wanted my life to be a sacrifice for the Lord and bring glory. And so whether He miraculously heals me or He allows me to die young, as long as that brings Him honor and glory, I'm okay with that.
My hope is found. He is my light, my strength. song, this cornerstone, this solid ground, firm through the fiercest drought and storm. What heights of love, what depths of peace, when fears are stilled, when striving cease. My comforter, my all in all, here in the love of Christ I stand. In Christ alone, took on flesh, fullness of God in helpless babe, this gift of love and righteousness, scorned by the ones he came to save, till on that cross as Jesus died, the wrath of God was satisfied. For every sin on him was laid, here in the death of Christ I live.
Probably my biggest fear is I didn't want my family, my kids to feel angry at God or to be bitter, because I didn't feel that way. And then, again, one of the ways I've lived my life is this is what we have. I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. I'm going to figure out now, where do we go from here? And in fact, I'm not afraid to talk about that prognosis, but I don't tell everybody because I don't want people feeling bad for me, because to be honest with you, the last year and a half, living like you're dying is, to me, the best way to live. Every day counts. Me and my wife don't argue about the toilet paper rolling one way or the other anymore. We still argue occasionally, but it's more significant now because it makes every day, every relationship count.
He said I was in my early 40s with a lot of life before me, when a moment came that stopped me on a dime. I spent most of the next days looking at the x-rays, talking about the options and talking about sweet time. I asked him when it sank in that this might really be the real end. How's it hit you when you get that kind of news? man, what'd you do? And he said, I went skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing, I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Blue Manchu. And I looked deeper and I spoke sweeter and I gave forgiveness I've been denying. And he said, someday I hope you get the chance to live like you were dying.
And I started really thinking about, okay, whether I have a year, 10 years, 20 years, what is it that I want to do with my life? I started thinking about things I couldn't do when I got to heaven. I'm hoping there's skydiving in heaven, you know? So, and I'm figuring there's probably just as much exciting things. So what is it that I can do here that I won't be able to do on the other side? And that was invest in people. And investing in people is the only thing that really, to me, counts in this life, because those are the things that you can't do later. And so one of my passions and my love was being a father. And I thought, man, if I had known now what if I'd known when I was a younger parent what I know now, what a blessing that would be.
Skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing, I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Blue Manchu. And I looked deeper and I spoke sweeter and I watched an eagle as it was flying. And he said, someday I hope you get the chance to live like you were dying, to live like you were dying, to live like you were dying.
By the way, can I play the church next week? Yeah. I can play, hold on, here, let me show you. I'll play lesson number 3 next week for worship. Okay?
Standing over the garbage.
Well, I'll tell you what, to me, living like you're dying is making every day count. Because, again, with my prognosis, I know that there might be an end date, but none of us are promised tomorrow. And to make every day living like it may be your last is an exhilarating way to live. I think that you focus more on what's important in life versus getting distracted with all that our culture has to make you think is important.
Kneel at the throne of our God. Through His Son our salvation was bought with mercy and grace. Come, let us bow down. In His hands are the depths of the earth. With one voice we proclaim His great worth. Lord our God. And we will seek Him, our rock of salvation. Morning by morning, with thanksgiving we come. And we will bow down, with creation we cry out. And day and night and dark.
Big round of applause for Tim. Well done there, Tim. I've never heard it sung like that before. So beautiful.
And lift us up so everyone can see. We're breaking free.